when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hey guys, hey Amber, hey Sweaty, how are you? Doesn't matter who comes in, how many numbers or anything, I really don't care. I've taken down a lot of videos, and I don't think that I should be doing that anymore, but I am going to be a little more mindful about the channel. And somebody came in and they said, pick a lane and stick with it. So I'm going to. I'm not in a position or place where I was years ago. And hey, Sassy. And I politely asked a few days ago, don't cover me and I won't have to cover you. And you're the B. And unfortunately, you talk about me every day. I have the right to stick up for myself. I do. And I'm tired of people telling me what I can and can't do. I don't call you by your first name because that's not who you are. I'm going to call you the B because that's who you've been for years, behind a mask. When I would go up and try to get help, remember going Legal Monday? And I would say, the B, please stop, blah, 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 blah. And here we are 4 or 5 years later. One of your little clonies are in here. I'm sure of it. You're the B. That's who you are. And you have been in my life for so long that there are just certain people, if you try to get protected, you can't. So I watched George last night, and I can kind of see what's going on. And honestly, I don't care about any of the other creators. You all do you and live your life. But I can definitely, I think what people try to do, because that's why I said Ursula. Have you guys ever put a 1 in the chat if you guys have seen The Little Mermaid? I've seen it. And basically what happens is you sell your soul to the devil. And honestly, B, you look like C. Ursula. You do. Nasty, pointed freaking hair. all those antennas and stuff like that. You're the devil. I don't know if your body looks like hers, but that's who you are. You're not Busey. You're not Rod Stewart. You're not anybody that does anything productive with their lives. And you're always going to be known, even with people you've made deals with, as the person who's covered me for years. That's the truth. And some of you people that I thought were my friends, you're not my friends. You guys fixate more about my mental health and me doing anything back and forth, but you guys aren't paying attention to the fact you're going into a room with a freaking cartoon who is a complete narcissist and will use you, because people like her, whatever she hates you for, that's what she's going to hate you for forever. Amzie don't have a wrench in there, but that's her friend. People from Maria's room that go in there, do they have a wrench? No. Honestly, the only reason she gave me a wrench, and I think she forgot, was because somebody said when her and I were friends, they were like, oh, well, why doesn't Jen have a wrench? Then she gave me one. No biggie. I didn't block anybody out. You guys are really making deals with the devils. You guys really need to think, and some of you guys, to try to get this woman to leave you alone, went to her state because she wouldn't stop. So I'm letting you guys know, if she ever hated you, look at what she's done to me. And a month ago, when I struck her channel, y'all loved me a long time. Hey, hon. It's sick. I can't keep up with anything you guys are accusing me of. I mean, okay, so I said I have bipolar. You guys flip and flop more than anything. And I think the reason you talk about other people is to deflect off of what you do. I asked her to leave me alone, and then I had people hitting me up like, you were doing this and that. Okay, and please understand, you guys go into her room and she trashes me every day. So I watched George last night, and I see people that I know for a fact are okay with her, and you guys are nitpicking on George. I don't like the switch. I don't like the flipping and flopping. I understand whoever that Holland person is. I get it 100%. You can't be friends with everybody. And that's why people have soft spots for me, and why I'm friends with people like Crime Stories Obsessed and Judge Yvette and people like that, because they look at me for my good and they look at me for my bad. That's what a real friend is. And the reason that the B doesn't want me to show the text is because another creator was mentioned on that text. She did try to pay $100 to a person that I was not getting along with, not related to me, to interview them. And that's it. Hey, Penelope. So what are you going to do? Tell about my video? Talk about my mental whatever? You're not my therapist. You're not. None of you guys are. And if you don't like me, don't come in. And if I time you out, get over it. Not going to talk about my mental health when y'all sticking up for a freaking B who has went after every single one of you creators. But if you guys are kind of whatevering, I think that some of you know that she'll rat you out and stuff like that. So if you need her in your back pocket, she's acting a fool now. You guys can't back people up when it suits your narrative. I think a lot of people are so pissed off because Siwa made me an intro and we're not fighting. But initially, y'all were mad. Thank you, Savage, for coming in. Because I was cool with Savage and I'm cool with Heidi. Big deal. I asked her very nicely, a little agitated, to stop with the deal. We had a deal. She broke it. I asked you nicely to stop covering me. You have chosen not to. So all I'm going to do is just be very, very calm, since everybody watches every blink that I make. And you guys don't have to stay in here. That's fine. I don't care. Hey, Kendra. But I have the right. I'm playing you back again because people seem to like it. So anything you're accusing me of, you're like, oh, well, Jen's a grifter. Well, you're a grifter. If I take a poop at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if you get up off your butt, which it doesn't seem like you do, then you go take a poop at 2 afternoon. But I'll tell you what, I don't show your stuff. And I'm tired of you. Well, yeah. Thank you, George. So what bothered me about what happened in George's last night, because I can read through the lines, is I believe that some of you, yes, She looks like Ursula. She's not a bee. You're not a bee, Jules. You're not. I've showed your channel to so many freaking people because I knew even when I got out that you were all up in that mess. And did I have to show your channel? Maybe. Did they maybe see who you were with big pointy teeth to verify that maybe a call was made? Maybe. But I feel a hell of a lot better. I do. And I think that people feed off of you being weak and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I don't know this Jim guy. I guess him and Bambi had a prior problem, right? But again, back when Bambi did the flyers and stuff like that, then she was, yes, Pepper Unite. What she does is she's an insider. I thought Maria was like that. But I think Maria just balls to the wall. She don't like you or whatever. It's fine. I get that. Maria and I ain't cool. But Jules is the type of person. It's all about a numbers game to her and how much money she's going to get out of it. And I'm sorry, guys, but you guys have to keep in mind the core reason that we thought that she was unsafe and because things that she did, because if she's going to tell on somebody that she claims that she loved and then he gets in trouble and then she walks away from it completely uncouth. But then when we were in the hive, when it was like me, Minnie, I think Susie, yeah, it's all about the numbers, but whatever. Just let me talk, please. If she's going to tell on her boyfriend, I'm not saying that she did it, but this is how Jules reacts. She will sit there and say, oh, well, he actually did it, but because I didn't physically do it, I have nothing to do with it. Like, I don't know this Jim Terry guy, but he did say it. And then Susie comes running in doing the Lord's work, devil's work. But then she goes, but Jules didn't say that. Jules was just talking about a movie and a water tower. We have no idea why Jules said that. I mean, it was a water tower. The guy playing the movie, he was handicapped and stuff like that. But because the other guy actually came out and said it, then that takes her off the chopping block for actually saying it. So I don't know who this guy is, but that's why she uses people. Do you ever see her go to any panel without the numbers backing her up? So here's the thing. He did get all that from Jules. He would have never known. I think him and Bambi had got into it. That's the stuff I don't know about. But again, you can't pick and choose. I think there's a lot of deals under the table. I think a lot of people are pissed off because Siwa made the intro. I don't talk to Siwa very often, but just because her and I have made whatever. I mean, we don't talk a lot and stuff like that. But again, the problem is the more Jules talks, the more you know what the hell's going on in the back end. She's attacked every single one of these creators. She will always have the same women in the hive because I was in there. And they will always have the same wrenches. They will always, I mean, the little core poison of them, she'll always keep them around. They'll always get wrenched and stuff like that. That's okay, honey. Did you ban them or can they come back in? But you will never, ever, ever see her giving somebody like Lindsay a wrench. Kat, you'll never see her give Kat a wrench. She will never, maybe Amzie, but I mean, she'll probably do it just because I said it, which was why she gave me a wrench because somebody online had said something. If these people are all your friends and you guys are laying the peace treaty down, Jules, give them a wrench. Prove me wrong. I think that's why a lot of people aren't taking panel either because she don't do it. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, take a migraine medicine. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go into it. I don't care if it sounds choppy or whatever. You don't have to listen to it, but it's not fair. And it's not fair to George. I think in the very beginning of this, we all said to block people and coexist. But I think that we're not understanding that the big problem online is her. And you guys can't selectively back up her victims that she doesn't like because it doesn't suit your narrative because maybe you may not like another person that we like. It's stupid. The biggest problem in the community is her who goes live every day and goes at me. She gets dirty deals going on and nobody wants to say anything because you're not friends with the minority of people, which happens to be the hate people. I watched that stuff in George's room last night. And George, I'm sorry. They'll say that you're crazy or they'll bring something up. And I mean, Jules is just the type of person, she'll get it right at that envelope. And I just hope people that you guys can see through who she is, that you content creators that may be cool with her, please keep in mind there's a reason that JY called her a liability, and that's because she is. And I don't believe she's a safe person. I don't believe that she's a sane person. And anybody that is talking as a cartoon, I mean, I have to be honest, it's just not a fucking sane person. You showed the house. And yeah, you knew what would be said when we talked about it. Yeah, it's private or it's public records. And that's just the type of shit that you do. Like when you pull FOIAs and stuff like that, you got an excuse for everything. And at some point in time, Jules, this is all going to turn around. And I hope to God you get some kind of help. And anybody that's made deals with her, I would hope that you guys have enough sense to know she's not a friend to anybody. She will use you and spit you out. And she lied. And I saw people commenting on George's thing, nitpicking and shit. Well, I didn't hear her say it exactly like that. And then, of course, her little Clooney's go in there and they fucking upvote it because that's the type of fuckboy shit she does. And then you guys are just fake as shit. I'm commentating. You can listen. You don't have to. Anybody that's modding in here, one of these little sheepoids come in here and start their shit because she watches everything I do and she wants me to trip up and I'm not going to because you're not worth it. So until I get bored, I'm commentating back on you because there has to be something so fascinating about me that you would know things down to who my damn fucking pharmacist is, whether I said it or not.
Before, in fact, the people that were part of the pecan, well, I don't know if you want to call it, part of my old IG chat, when we watched Carrie Ann on YouTube on there. Remember, we used to watch a lot of people on YouTube.
Exactly. She's telling the truth, Jules. And when I got kicked out of the hive for wrenching out two people that were cool, you were going after Kendra. I'm not going to stoop to her level. I'm not like her. You will never see me sitting in front of a window wearing body cam, telling everybody what they can and can't do. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just playing her words back and not doing it a damn way that she does it to me. It's not fair. We were part of the pecan room, and that was the room where she would just feed us enough information and let us roll with it, and then we would get the blame for it. So that was one of the things was Carrie Ann. We text her. We said stupid shit. I think I sent one that said Uranus or something like that. But they're the ones who took it too far, I guess, and brought the mom or somebody else into it. That's what you did, Jules, you and Clark.
On my IG.
Now, act like she has selective memory. She'll be like, well, I think it was the pecanners. I think. Just pay attention to her voice. She tells on herself.
Larissa came in her chat, and Larissa was questioning her on something. She's like, oh, Larissa, was it you? Was it you? Were you the one that put the ad for my cat? Or something like that. So actually, you know what's really funny?
Well, and
Larissa.
Didn't she say Larissa was Terry Lynn? What did you have anything to do with the situation with Carrie Ann, Jules? You're the one that planted the seed in our heads on what to do. That's when the spoof number started.
Knows for a fact that it wasn't me. That by the time the spoof, I don't know for a fact.
It wasn't
I don't know.
me.
She doesn't know when we did the spoof messages so much. Oh yeah, you do because she.
Well, then I know. Then you can turn it down. You can do whatever. I'm going through this. I have every right to. But again, she said it wasn't me.
was posting them. The stuff with the cat had already happened. Situation is the best one. Yes is amazing. Upstairs at Eric's is like the best album ever. I don't think anybody that considered themselves like alternative punk rock or whatever back in that day, you had to have this album. It was a prerequisite. It was an absolute prerequisite.
God, I remember one time when she was covering Terry Time and she slowed it down and Terry was so pissed off because she wanted it to make it out like she was drunk. But see, that's why she speeds it up. She changes my voice. So I don't know, probably has something, I don't know, but she'll speed it up to make you sound like you're nuts and shit like that. So I'm going to have to speed her up because I don't care about no album or anything that came out in 1925 when she was born. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hey, Lisa Ann. But yeah, so Larissa's been around forever. And I do know that for a minute, Larissa was not okay with me. I do know, because I remember people that leave and people that, I don't like Sundays. It ends the weekends.
Well, yeah, you said Larissa was Terry Lynn and you freaking annoyed the shit out of Terry Lynn so bad she had to go to your state to get you to stop. I mean, again, I'm just spitting the facts of what I know. And again, this is just allegedly. But yeah, that's how that went. Why don't you just say her name? Quit alluding. You just said who it was that gave you the super chats.
I agree, but this was a great weekend, and all good things have to come to an end. So there's that. Anyway, so yeah, it's the Larissa from our community. So it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't not a mistake, because remember Miss Mickey's like, oh, sometimes there's people that come through and they just try to be nice and whatever.
Get to the point, Junior. You already said who she was. Is there do you get paid extra for stretching out a whole live or something? Ah, Jules. You already said who Larissa was. You said you guys didn't used to get along. We know all that.
And yeah, that's not the case. Let me see something here.
She's looking down at her phone. Somebody sent her an IG thing.
It still blows my mind. It fucking blows my mind. And I'm so happy that she's listening. So I'm happy, Larissa, that you know that the money that you donated went toward my big pinkin, my new computer that I...
Okay. We know who it is. You just outed who it was. I don't know why you're talking about it, but I mean, maybe that computer can go with your brand new mattress that you bought, since this is a job and all.
Absolutely adore her, and I appreciate it more than you even know.
You don't adore her.
But yeah, how cool is that? It was our Larissa. It was not a mistake. Hold on a minute. What is this one?
I'll edit that part out. You never know when she's going to play that shitty music. Let me just get to the part where she was commentating off of me. Y'all can figure out the other stuff. Let's see here.
A water tower. In fact,
I may have to restart this, actually. Should I restart this? George, should I restart this? No matter, I have a backup channel.
It was our Larissa. It was not a mistake.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll edit it out. That's why she's been sending people in here to trip me up and stuff like that. Funny how George and I mentioned the sock accounts and stuff like that, then she quits, right? Yeah. Let's get to my point. Because I don't want to bring up the stuff about Bambi. George covered that. George played, her words back. I don't know why everybody's got this selective memory. I said all this when I did my live last week. Okay, let's get to the commentary part. Let me turn it down for stupid music. Okay, I think it's me. We
you're going
know.
to turn on the camera, single word. Because you know what I do sometimes?
What do you
I was
do?
with him way longer than we ever. Yeah, what about allegedly? It was heartless for him.
Hold on. Oh, you guys are bringing George into it. Hey, Stacy, what's up, bro?
She literally turns on the camera in the fucking dark. You know what, Siwa? When I was your age, I looked better than you. I did, even when I was fat. I was fat at your age, and I looked better than you. How about that?
I thought we're not supposed to be age or fat shaming anybody. That's why people are starting to get mad at me, because she's talking about Siwa. I thought you didn't like it when people body shame people, Jules. Don't I get yelled at for saying things like that? Just saying. Out of level 2.
But I can't believe, though, that she turns on, and that's another part about the self-awareness. Like, literally, you're going to turn on the camera in the dark and say you look great because you laughed at Chris thinking you said something about scalping.
Well, how did you feel, Jules, when you had that camera slip that everybody showed on Reddit, when you were like, oh no, why don't you show your face? Why do you only show your face when you have 9 pounds of makeup on and you've got the lighting dimmed? Just saying.
Because, yeah, I wasn't laughing at the comments. I was laughing at him thinking of that. Hey, Kathy, Siwa is probably what she does. She never wants to be happy.
Speaking from somebody that lives in a freaking apartment and covers me all the time and hangs kitty litter from their doorknob. You don't sound like you're happy ever, because you're always talking about other people, Jules. Notice the only 2 people that she's really going to go after, she'll bring me up, she'll bring Siwa up, maybe whatever. She's not going to talk about anybody else. God, I hope you women that are cutting deals just please understand she ain't a friend to anybody. Remember how she's affected you before. Jules, you sound all over the place, in my opinion.
She never wants to be happy. Oh, my goodness.
When do you?
I don't even know what to do. Hold on a minute.
She's looking down again. That means that somebody's messaging her. She's probably keeping track on who's going live, because she's so happy with her life. Show your face then. Today, Junior. Let's fast forward like she does all of our voices. I don't know how she does this every day. All right.
Friend stuff. You know what's really funny, Siwa? You're friends with Jen again, and Jen's the one that interviewed your ex. That interview wouldn't exist anywhere on the internet if it wasn't for you.
Imagine that. Siwa and Jen again. Big deal. You're right. I did interview her ex. And there were other people that were in there that had something to do with it too. But you're cool with them, but you want to bring up Siwa. No, what you're doing is you're deflecting off of the people that you're cool with. You're only focusing on me and Siwa and people you don't like. We had somebody that passed away in the community that somebody had on tape of you saying something horrible about her, and you have the nerve to talk about her a few days ago, acting like you're going to fucking cry. When you hate somebody, you always hate them. We all know that, even the people that may not like me, because that's who you are.
For her, it wouldn't be there. Whether people talked her into it or not, she's a grown-ass adult. And oh, this is another thing. If Jen cannot be held to responsible for her content, then Jen should not have a YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, you're not being held to your content, so why do you have a YouTube channel? Everything that you're talking about is stuff that you do, and in my opinion, worse. But you won't hear her talking about anybody that she actually hates that she might be cool with. You'll just hear her talk about people she hates. So you'll probably hear Jen and Siwa about 900 times.
Siwa did a video the other day. It was like 17 minutes long, and she called me a racist. I'm a racist because I laughed when Chris said something.
What did Chris say, Jules? You still lie. Sorry, I'm putting my Carmex on. Open your windows and get some air, honey. She just acts like she doesn't remember anything, even if you do put up proof.
Yeah, but Siwa, who says she is, and I don't believe her, has Siwa ever proved that she is? Has she ever shown anything? I know Britters has showed her papers.
Why do you care if Siwa is Indian or whatever? Why do you care? Why don't you show some of your stuff in your life and quit hyper focusing on everybody else showing proof of anything in their life? Just like you nitpicked because I made fucking vegetable soup and you covered me. You're a hypocrite.
Hey, crazy purple lady. I know that Britta showed her card.
Britta's don't like you.
My friend Brandon, you know, Chi-Chi from Daisy, he's got a card. What about you, Siwa?
Why do you care? What about you, Jules? Show your receipt for the kitty litter you don't buy if you want to be nitpicky.
It is ridiculous. Hope y'all I had a wonderful weekend. Thank you. I'm sick of everyone treating Jen like she's a fucking child, right? Hold her accountable like
yeah, coming from the person that dedicated a whole freaking channel to talk about my childhood and make fun of me. Somebody you didn't like before, Jules. I don't have anybody coddling me or anything like that. I don't. And at 50-something years old, you won't catch me behind a B filter ragging on everybody. You're only friends with Missy again, in my opinion, because she doesn't like me. At one time, you said horrible things about that poor woman, too, in my opinion.
Everyone else. Yeah, why in the world is Jen? I have what is it called? A CDIV card? No, and if she can't be held accountable for the shit she does and says, then she shouldn't be here.
Okay, so what have you been held accountable for? You made comments about the water tower, even though the other person said what he said. Are you taking accountability for that? Are you taking accountability for all the years you went after me? Are you taking accountability to the point that people that have went to your state to get protection from you? Have you taken accountability for anything that you've done? You're a hypocrite. You're an insider, and you're not an okay person. Have you ever taken accountability for anything, Jules? Nobody treats me like a child except you when I was following your orders. And you're not a mother.
Unless y'all are going to sit there and hold her hands.
At least mine are clean.
Everybody knows that I suffer from mental illness, right? Hasn't anybody ever said, oh, just Jules is crazy, Jules is this?
Yes, people say that about you all the time. And you just admitted that you have mental health issues. So why are you knocking on me and saying things about my mental health or anybody else? You call everybody crazy. You're behind a cartoon beat and taking money to go after people. You're a hypocrite. But at least you admit that you have mental health problems and maybe you might need to get offline and get some help. You don't get to dictate what people get to do. Just because you told on your dude and, you know, we're still with him after he was in jail until he got tired of your crap and left because you need to be in control. You're not stupid, Jules. You know exactly what you can and can't say. That way, if anything comes back to you, you don't get in trouble for it. I think that's where people need to remember who you were before you came here and polluted all these YouTube streets, in my opinion.
Oh, it's evil. Jules is this, Jules is that, and they hold me to it because they should. That's what you're.
But what do they hold you to? What do they hold you to? Hey, Heidi. Allegedly the poodle kicker. What do they hold you to, Jules?
You're supposed to take your medication for it. And Jen, if your feelings are so fragile, you want to know what? Hold on a minute.
But wasn't it when she was feeling really fragile and she decorated her arm and stuff like that? But I'm making a point, Heidi. When you were in your feelings, isn't there a day out of the year that you have to dedicate to something that allegedly you said had happened? I don't think you understand how unwell you are while you talk and spin the narrative that other people are not well. And she broke the deal, Cindy. Again, if anybody doesn't want to listen, you're more than welcome to leave. Oh, and by the way, she broke the agreement. I went into Amzi's room to ask her to politely take something down, and she was talking.
Oh, hold
Hmm.
on.
Oh, and then this, she was talking about me too, Cindy. Fun fact. Hey, Heidi, how you doing, sweetheart? Again, rules for thee, not for the bee. The bee, the cartoon bee, but today, Junior.
So anyway, I was just listening to a clip where George was acting like, oh, Andy was going to play.
Didn't I tell you that whenever she looks down that she's listening to somebody else's shit or somebody's reporting back to her? God, Jules, I am like ESP, girl.
Me? Well, then if George isn't to blame, then Jen is to blame. So is Jen the one that told George that that's what happened?
No, you're the one that alluded it to somebody, and then they came in and responded. What are you talking about?
She's a grown-ass woman, not a child. Grow up. Exactly.
You're
Jen
right.
has used some of the most vulgar words, but gets swept under the rug. Yep. But because I laughed.
Absolutely. I will not be upset, Heidi. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. See, that's what friendships are about. You love people no matter what at the end of the day. Absolutely not, Heidi. And I'll catch the rest of your replay. You're a grown-ass adult, Jules. You're such a hypocrite.
But Chris said the other day.
I don't blame you, Heidi. Oh my God, I don't blame you. But rules for thee.
I am now a racist.
You are a racist, Jules. And I said horrible, rotten things. You're right. But unlike you, I took accountability for that. You never do. And just see, she's going to say she's not a racist, but people that have been in her room, like Deadly, I've taken accountability for him. But she supports it. It's kind of like, well, back in the day with the cheating and stuff with Clint would be like, well, I had a romantic relationship, but I didn't actually do anything. That's the kind of shit that Jules does. That's what I'm saying. She's not a friend to anybody. She turns on anybody. She was going to do it with her dude and then make up with him when he's incarcerated and then he drops her. What makes y'all think she ain't going to do it to you? You're not going to hear her take accountability at all. She blamed me and George for something that was said in her room. And that's how it was, Jules. You did. You incite people to do your dirty work so you don't get in trouble.
See, well, I would hate to live in the world you live in. Do you do that at like functions with your friends and stuff and hang on to every single word? Because you know what I do sometimes is if I
I'm gonna have to stop and pause a lot too. Don't you hang on to every single word that I say. Remember, didn't you say that it was okay when I went to the pharmacy? Did you or did you not hang on to the word of the pharmacist that gave me my freaking medicine and made 2 sock accounts? You hang on to everything that I do. Everything. Just like when you showed the house. Yes, it was public, but the way that you did it is what is questionable. The way that you did it is what made it not okay. Send them on in, Jules. It happens every time. I'm not going to lose my cool.
come out with my friends and if they say something that's questionable or whatnot, I will sit there and I might laugh uncomfortably like, oh boy, something like that. And so now a laugh like that would be racist in your book. Who made you write the rules?
And who let you write the rules? Who let you write the rules? You haven't taken accountability for anything. Who gives you the right to dictate who gets to be online or not? When every time you throw a flippin' fit, you leave and you always come back. Who let you write the rules?
It's ridiculous. But
It
you know
is.
what, guys? unfortunately, hold on.
Today, Junior.
I don't have all of it. I got some.
Oh, not another live
And
event.
Miss Liability, are you Kate? I don't know. Because like I said, once that person said that thing about...
Well, Jules, didn't you always say about me that if I made a comment up and I didn't have the proof, that that was a conspiracy theory? Just saying. At a level 2. God, I wish I didn't say that. You don't know if it's Kate. You also said that Miss Liability a few months ago was Angela Jade. Again, selective people that you don't like. Remember Angela, the big hunchback from Ohio, and Siwa, who you deemed as fat? Back in the day, of course.
Angela Jade, are you Kate?
I just said it.
You know what I mean? Because you couldn't have that.
So it's Kate now. But we're looking into it, meaning she's going to try to dox. Oh, I love this. Mm-hmm. Someone's sending her a message.
That's not it. Oh, this is it.
Isn't that so bad that she's got so many things in her phone of recordings and stuff like that that she finally finds my live to cover it? By the way, I deleted the live because the zucchini thing, it just didn't look good. Apparently, Jules said that when she was fat, she looked way better than Siwa, who showed her face in the dim lighting, but Jules is a bumblebee. So that's that. And Jules, I noticed you do a lot of moving your head and stuff like that. If you want to critique me, just saying.
No, not drunk Kate. It wouldn't be drunk. Oh yeah, not drunk Kate. And yeah, not yeah.
You notice how she only mentions people she hates?
Yeah, not drunk Kate. Not drunk Kate. She knows who I am. Because you know what? What goes on in the dark always comes to light.
You're right. And so does karma. Like they rise, they fall. That's what you said. Just saying. Again, don't make an assumption, because then that's a conspiracy, because you've never showed proof on who Miss Liability is. And they probably would know you because you've attacked everybody online. Even some of your friends you have now.
Anonymous accounts never stay anonymous for very long. Just
because there are anonymous accounts that were in your room that you actually outed. Just saying.
Remember that. It depends on them not me so much, but can you guys hear?
But Cindy, if you're still in here, but you might be watching, didn't you say that we're not speaking about each other? Again, don't come in here saying stuff to me, anybody that comes in, because half of you guys said that you all said she pushed me back in the day.
Just like I owned my shit, like I sent the deadly thing out last night. As soon as somebody sent it to me, I was like, ding. And
you see how happy she sounds?
Yeah, I own that shit and I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. You don't give a fuck. So own every single thing. Say it with your big ass chest. Show it with the light not showing. If you embrace who you are and you love who you are, drop the B filter and show your whole face. No, I'm just saying. I hope when she goes live again, will you be going over there, Cindy, and asking her why she's bringing me up? Just asking. But other than that, how are you doing? I do like you. Well, I'm playing her live from last night, so I didn't break the deal. She broke the deal. She wanted AMC to go live, and then she went in there and talked shit on me. She did bring up the water tower. She's had Bambi dogs for a long time. But again, when Bambi went to hang up the flyers, Bambi was a champ then. Bambi made a comment in retrospect to something that had been said about her. No, I don't want you to, Cindy. I don't want you to. I'm glad that you're in here. And you know what? Like I said, I'm glad that people are saying things and calling me out about stuff. I can respect what people have to say. Now, I may not do everything that they want me to say, but I can do a lot of what Jules won't do. I'm not going to make deals with people I don't like. I'm not going to cover somebody every single day. People see what she's doing. And like I said, all I can hope is, yeah, she dreamed about a banner on the water tower, but then she was mad at Brooke and all them for saying that they wanted to put a bulletin board up. So all's well with that, right? Didn't she blame Brooke and Maria and all them and said horrible, rotten things? Just saying. I ain't got no issues. I'm not dogging on any of the creators. I'm just pointing out what Jules does. And I've caught her in like 6 different hypocrisies. She did say that. Just like, oh, I'm sorry about Rochelle, or otherwise known as the Roach. Didn't she go up on a panel because people were in her room dogging the shit out of Rochelle? But that's overlooked, right? Got it. Sorry, guys. I had to put my, I had a phone changer thing.
It's because there was a cucumber. A few of my friends had asked me if I should go ahead and take it down. So that's why today went down. Take it down. So what went on the channel today, that was why it was taken down. But, so whatever videos y'all want to put on, let's do the little hearts on. Shit. This was a dirty delete. What's up?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a dirty delete. I told people that I was going to delete it. It wasn't a good look for me. Just like you don't explain anything that you do. I dirty deleted it because I didn't like the look of it. It wasn't because Muggsy came up or anything like that. I have tons of my stuff I didn't dirty delete, you idiot. And you say that I sexualize things. Remember who your ex was.
This is some of the dirty delete from yesterday.
And you're playing it. So who's the psycho?
Isn't it cute how Jen can just delete videos and then nobody says anything?
Well, isn't it just cute how people try to go in and stick up for themselves and you have them blocked already so they can't say anything? Didn't you dirty delete the live where Bambi's family was called? Just asking. Again, I don't know that dude. You can go say whatever to him. I don't know anything about him, but you did set him up because technically you let him take all the whatever for the tower comment, but then me and George were lying because you allowed it. That's why I said she's not a friend to anybody. You're a hypocrite, Jules. That's why I said people can just play you and you tell on yourself and everybody else.
Everybody else does it and it's chastised. Not too much. Other than the same old thing. What? Well, let me turn this up a little bit. Well, I'll probably afterwards actually ended up finding something that was completely not related to all this bullshit.
That's true.
Yeah. So whatever pays all your guys' bills and stuff. But I think what's going on is, things from like back in the day they get put up, they get a misconstrued. Like, hey, is it just going on or did it happen? You know what I'm saying? Who's been on? Well, I guess Sophie put a video up from way back in the.
She is just so smug about her putting that video up. Why are you so smug, Jules? I'm not happy that her and I aren't getting along, but you are. You're happy that anything bad happens in anybody else's life, in my opinion.
Fucking day. Well, back at 23, I guess, was what it was before I went
She
to
doesn't have
jail,
kids.
and all I did was apologize to her.
Let me fast forward this because it's about, I don't want to get Sophie feeling some sort of way.
Blocked here. I should go unblock Camden. Well, you know that we've had it out before.
You and Camden had it out because Camden had an opinion. Camden had an opinion because people that were going after me, you didn't agree with it. People that you're cool with now, in my opinion. You don't just get to pick and choose. You did not have a problem with Camden when Camden didn't like me. You did not have a problem with Camden when Camden was friends with you. You got a problem because Camden called you out about something and you didn't agree with it. Just like the other person you kicked out. The other two. When you said that it wasn't okay, they were coming after me. I'm just saying, Jules. I'm just saying. At a level 2. Dork.
I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go look through there and unblock it. Just like people like that.
Of course she would. She doesn't like me.
Wait a minute. She says maybe herpes leaves. I don't know. Well, you should know. Didn't you tell everybody that Clint had it?
I did. And I didn't trip and fall on a stove. I also didn't sell my body for money or support something like that. Okay. Such a lucrative job where nothing like that could ever happen. Yes, I said that. Do I have herpes? No. And if I did, I would say that I did, because this is the type of place now where people can judge me for whatever they want, Jules. I don't have to lie about stuff anymore to wonder what people are going to think. And I'm still not behind a bee mask dissecting every small thing, but I will, because you're doing it now.
Y'all, am I having amnesia? Didn't she tell everybody that Clint had that?
Well, you would know that because you have every single thing that I've ever done. And?
I got tons of y'all's videos. You don't see me putting your guys' stuff up. Hello, I'm here with the other mistress in training. We've been sleeping around with everybody and y'all's husbands for years. And she's a madam, and I'm just a mistress that's been with the same guy for 5 years that you guys say is a female.
And I would be talking about Amber, who has obviously said and that's another person y'all are mad about that I'm okay with. But Jules, didn't you call Amber a groomer? Something that you said was the reason you started coming after me. Did you or did you not call Amber a groomer? Why did you dislike Amber? Because she became friends with me. But you did call her a groomer.
And doesn't have a job or anything. As opposed to, I'm still up here with the same female that's been with her dude for over 5 years, and y'all are still on your tired ass channels putting up shit from the past.
Which you are, Jules.
Well, you talk about stuff from the past.
And so do you. You talk about everything from the past. The shit that happened with Camden. Well, now I'm going to unblock them. Tell me one thing that you don't talk about from the past. If you want me to not have selective memory or anything like that, and you're putting stuff up from the past, why are you getting on other people for doing it? Just asking, for real.
Can I just say I love Danny and how funny she is. Why did Danny do another live today? You should not unblock Camden. She said nasty shit about not only you, but many of us. All right, Miss Mickey. So that's it. So I get serious. That's what you people think. At the end of the day, I'm still what, 5 people in the chat.
575.
You guys are still going to be playing my videos. And you don't have anything else to do when I want to do the breakdown. I'll tell you this.
Jesus.
Maybe that's. I apologize for that.
And it wasn't your family, Jules. And I've never called your family. I've never said anything about your family. But you, for years, made fun of mine. You did. My mom, anyway. That's why you call me Jenny and the whole fucking cheesecake thing. But again, that helped my kids, so whatever. But you did have contact with mine as well. You did. I didn't.
But you did. You had Siwa's ex on.
I did. And that was Siwa's, not Jules. Not Jules. Not Brown to the Glen. Why are you talking about other people? Focus on yourself. If that's all you care about, focus on yourself, in my opinion. I'm just saying that, Jules. At a level 1, if you want to be nitpicky about it.
Your panel. You can apologize as many times as you want, but that's something that other people haven't done. I would have never been able to play it if you didn't do it. Because I guarantee you.
Oh, so you did she play it, guys? See, that's how much, honestly, so she did play it. Well, either way, that's not your business. You went real life on me. You had people from other people's, yeah, allegedly, in my opinion. You've had people that didn't actually, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Keaton's whatever, didn't she go into Jules's room? I know. Oh, and Brandy, who I have no problems with, she was a mod for you. I'm just asking. It's not your business what happened between Siwa and the interview, Jules. You didn't like it. Just, God, you're stupid. Allegedly, or in my opinion. Yeah.
I never reached out to anybody in Lily's life. I was just picking at her. And Terry Lynn had told me a couple things before. And so I kind of was playing off of that and just pretending. And guess what? I got her. She went.
You just tell on everybody. It has nothing to do. You had nothing to do with the interview. Nothing. You don't get to dictate how people feel and whether somebody should be online or not.
She interviewed the person on herself, all by herself.
The person who hates you for screwing over a brother.
I don't was trying to think of something witty and it didn't happen.
It's
Maria
better
is
than
well
yours.
aware I come here. Wait, hold on. What did Susie say? Oh, Jen tells her she should watch her people. They come in here. Yeah. And you know what? And my people go in hers. Yeah. And
Are you somewhat half admitting that your people come? Would that be the sock accounts that you said that don't go into me and just George's? That don't come in anymore. But the only of your people that would come in would be under sock accounts. That's the only people that come in. Well, every now and then I might get a Tina Beaver or something like that coming in. But other than that, no.
I allow it. Jen acts like everybody has to have permission like that.
Hello? You said, you were the first person who said that if any of your friends, at first you said if somebody comes in and they're a mod, that you will take their wrench. Then you said, if I catch any of you guys in George's or Jen's room when you got all fired up, according to you, what are you talking about? You control everybody. Do you have dementia? Just asking.
Only time, yeah. Hey, ambulance girl. The only thing,
like
Jen,
that.
I didn't want my moderators going in your chat because you're messy. And there was a bunch of messy shit going on.
You're the queen of messy. Actually, I'm not going to just nitpick everything like she does. You guys know. And if she's breaking up on my speakers, you can just hit the replay on hers.
And it just furthered the agenda. That's it. That's all. What was that?
Oh, and by the way, on her thing, it has a picture of me as a Barbie doll and Clint wearing like some pink whiskers and stuff like that with the little arm emoji and stuff like that. But she said that Brenda, because she said that that doll with Clint wasn't very nice, she said that Brenda was homophobic. That's why I said, oh, and then block Brenda when she didn't agree or Jules had enough fun with her. That's the kind of shit I told you guys.
Anyway, I can only listen for another 40 minutes. Love y'all. Wait, I can only listen. So wait, you won't be here for another 40 minutes? You can only listen? Or I don't know. Anyway, well, I'm glad you're here.
It sounds like she's asking for permission.
No, and I'm not talking shit about Maria in here. That's the difference. If I was in...
Because you, Jules, you were outed about that already.
You're trashing the fuck out of Maria and you guys were going, yeah! Yeah, I can understand her being upset. It's a little different. But
did you ever hear her apologize for anything about her falling out with Maria? Did anybody ever hear her apologize? I'm just asking, since she takes accountability and owns her shit, because she don't give an F.
What was I saying? Oh, we were going back to this. I like Maria, but it never occurred me to ask for permission. No. And as long as I'm not in here trashing her, it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, right? That is what it should be. Is I feel uncomfortable being somewhere where my friends are trashed. I'm an adult. I don't go.
But you were okay with people that I was cool with and going into your room while you were trashing me. Got it.
Where I don't want to go, I go where I want. Last time I looked, my parents aren't in here. Exactly. It's just that, you know, and that's why people get side-eyed, though, is because if you really rocked for somebody, you'd be very uncomfortable taking part in it, you know?
Are you guys listening to this? Oh my God, you are a walking hypocrisy. Okay, so let's bring up the thing where I got yelled at about the Jesus thing. And it was proven that I was telling the truth with proof. So that was okay. But then last night, George restarted another live because me and him were being accused of something else that we didn't do. But instead, so she's just passing the blame on to everybody. Okay. So it was the same thing that she did to Jesus when she put a filter over her face and made fun of him. But now that it's out that she did it, I guess, you know, it's whatever. Zeus, I'm sorry I shouldn't have had you up on my panel. Not that I, you know, have a whatever. It just, I felt like it wasn't good for me, and I don't want to have you in the crossfire of it. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's where it comes into it. Anyway, let's continue. So it's just did you and Sophie fall out, or what? Sophie ain't never liked me. It is what it is.
No, actually, I do think she liked me. That was my fault why we fell out, but that has nothing to do with it.
Her, just she don't like me. Whatever.
I'm gonna fast forward it.
I mean, I really so much don't. I just think that ever since like some shit went down, we just know. It's just a good.
Believe you me, she takes the longest she can to commentate. I don't need to like.
People, A, B, and C, are still doing it until it stops. We cannot. Show people how it really is. She said, learn how to constructively put.
Is Amber still in here? I was just wondering if Jules had apologized for calling her a groomer when Jules said that the reason that she turned on me was because I had said it to her. I'm just wondering. So if Amber, you do end up hearing this, I was just wanting to know if she had actually apologized and owned it with her full chest, since she said that she has no problem taking accountability. I was just wondering. No, don't get even with her. She's not worth it. She's not worth it, Jesus. She's not well. She hasn't been for a long time.
Shit down on the table instead of doing this. Did you hear what I'm saying? We're going to lay our swords down for one thing. Shut up.
See how she speeds it up? She is speeding it up to make it fit her narrative. Got it.
Who is online every day giving people invites?
You are online all the time. Okay. Lay down. Yeah, lay down. She probably wouldn't help a migraine. Just lay down, take the advice of what everybody else had said to do. Get some good sleep. Love you so much. I don't think sometimes I even have to have a response, Jules. Who? It's you.
You'd be mad at your boyfriend for giving out the videos he recorded of you, right? It's nobody else's fault. Crap what anybody says, because this bitch has made my life miserable.
You have?
She is saying about the on where you stand. I'm saying that. Listen, I don't mean to be misconstrued about what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, and I'm so glad that you're here. Apparently, trying to explain what's going on. I just came on here because old videos are coming up again, and I'm not quite understanding it. Why? What's that?
I don't know. Why are you playing it then? What's there to understand why you're playing it? Because you want to make money and you want to tell things in your narrative. That's why I said, you guys, some of this I'm going to go through because I don't even like the way that I handled all of it. But like I said, I'm just.
This is what happens. In fact, Siwa loves to do this.
There's Siwa again. God, you have cut deals with everybody, sis. God, I think there's like 4 people that you're selectively like allowed to hate online.
People will be bringing up old videos. As long as she's on YouTube, she will be doing that.
And as long as you're on YouTube, your whole freaking channel is old videos where you've not only just talked about me, everybody else in the community. Am I wrong?
And Jen, when she's mad at you, she'll be bringing up your old videos again.
And you know what, Jules? Just like when you got mad at me and I left that moldy tampon, you put that fucking call up, the 1096. You and I became friends after that phone call. When I didn't do what you wanted me to do, now you have been putting old things up, including when I went down on Clint. You are a hypocrite.
Oh, damn well, she didn't delete them.
And you never do either.
Saves them.
And you say that Siwa saves the videos, but you have everything of me. You have everything of me. You're accusing her of something that you do to me or other people. And I'm not being mean, Jules. I'm just pointing it out.
Which are the problems of the community? Yeah. What?
What?
Well, first of all, nobody really even cares about Savage for the most part.
But that's your opinion. I care about Savage. Heidi cares about Savage. Savage has a lot of people. PMR cares about Savage. Her sister cares about her. Somebody that you supported didn't care enough to make a comment about somebody in her family that she misses a lot. Who are you to say and make comments about a Siwa or a Savage or anybody and what they should do online or how they should conduct their channel? What is it your right?
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, whatever. But yeah, George is an asshole. George is an asshole.
Sis, you're all over the place. So you went from Jen, then you talked about Siwa and not letting go of the past, yet you have all my videos. Then you say that nobody cares about Savage, and then you just throw it out. George is an asshole. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself pegging me in some certain way. The hate is real, ladies and gentlemen. That's not cool.
Asshole, and George has come back ready for hate and pushing false narratives and lies.
Jules, you pushed nothing but false narratives after the tower incident. That's exactly what you did. And again, you liked George when George was in there doing the dolls and stuff like that. You do not get to dictate everything, Jules. That's not. Sis, you need some hope, in my opinion.
Guys, did I read on Reddit today that he's not even married? Because I saw the first people that looked whatever, they said that he didn't appear to be married.
Now, catch that. Sorry to nitpick. She said, did I read in Reddit today that he wasn't married? Well, you would know that because you gave out his first freaking name and you had already doxed him, which George called it out. You probably had George possibly doxed when he was in there in your hive. What does it matter if he's married? Why do you care? Why are you commenting on other people the way that they mother their kids when you're not a mom, or the way that I may do this and that with Marley when you're online day after day doing what you do with two overweight cats that we only hear you feed crunch to? I don't want to be a jerk or anything, Jules, but you are such a hypocrite. Maybe, wait a minute. Do you have a crush on George too? Is that why you're so disappointed? Did you want to marry George? Oh. Or are you just mad because Clark's already married? Why you tell Rochelle that she's not allowed to go out with 3 people at a time, but you went out with Clark and his dude. Just saying.
So there's that. Things that were said about Miss Heidi, but yeah. What was said about Heidi?
You call Heidi a poodle kicker all the time. Are you kidding me?
So what are your what's happening to Heidi?
What do you mean what's happening to Heidi? You talk shit about her all the time. I'm just talking about you. It's not my responsibility to dictate the community. You only get to tell the community what they can and can't do. What do you mean? You don't like Heidi. I'm just bringing it up.
So what do y'all think about what's been done to Heidi? What's been happening to Heidi? Because Sophie doesn't like me, and that's fine. At least my concerns right today. It's fine. There's a place I hope with Sophie, and if you ever wants to reach out, that's cool.
And I mean that.
The least of your concerns. Why are we talking about it?
Why do you talk about what you talk about? I mean that. If she ever wanted to reach out, that's fine. Why do you care?
I'm very curious.
Why? It's not your business.
Exactly. It's very whatever.
Just like you said, I own everything with my shit because I don't give enough. Just saying. I don't like nitpicking, but you do it.
Why or what? Her and shit. I don't care if she wants to keep it up. Whatever.
And you know why, Jules? Because you are the only person that doesn't stop. It has been proven, even by people you may be cool with. They have said, you have went after me, you have pushed me, and you have pushed me, and you have. But you still pass it on over to like J Mac or other people in the past. You are. Let me fast forward through this because I don't want it. Hold on. Hey, Stevie, you were right. Oh my God. That freaking thing. Hey, Loveless Strong, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Hey, Cheryl. That freaking mushroom lamp that I got. Oh my God. The screw was like this freaking long. It looks really good though. I'll take a picture of it. And why are you talking about how many times people go live? When George shows himself, he's showered, he's coherent. What is it any different? Like you guys said before, it's okay for thee, but it's not okay for her to be down in IG all the time, or her whole life is all this and all of us. Why do you nitpick on people? I thought that was a low cowish thing to do. I don't even know what a low cal is, but, or you posting on your community tab all the time, taking digs at people. Like I learned in therapy, you have to keep your road clean before you go veering off on everybody else's stuff. Kind of like take out your own trash. And if you follow with it, not my problem or anybody else's. Sis.
With what? Well, don't talk about it. Exactly. Don't say anything about it. So, but
Oh, are you agreeing with Amber, the person that you said a couple weeks ago for becoming friends with me, the person that you called a dog groomer? But again, something that you said you were mad at me for doing, which excused you to keep going at me till. Okay.
this is like the way I think of nothing to do with anybody online. Something to do with somebody online. It's what I'm saying. Ooh. Okay. What? Do tell. You guys said do tell.
Can somebody listen? Let me ask you this, and this is just not a conspiracy. Do you think that the day that I did that live, because of some of the stuff that was said, like the you're all over the place stuff, who says that stuff? She does. Do you think that possibly she may have had a few people come in and possibly mess my live up? I wouldn't know why I would say that, Jules. I'm just saying. I don't have proof of it. Or maybe you'll tell on yourself again, but because you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go in and have people's lives derailed so they can get flustered and appear to be something of the narrative that you tell. As a cartoon bee, of course, but what do I know?
Everybody is just so quick. Like, okay, see, we had to do a whole ass live because I laughed. When
It isn't just because you laughed, Jules. You did the same thing that you did with me when I had my video and you redid it. You did the same thing. Does anybody not remember the creators and stuff that she made fun of? I've got screenshots of it where she had me and Clint, and she had like a teddy bear up, and she had things to mock everybody in the community. Did we not remember that?
said something. Will somebody please make that make sense?
Says the cartoon
I
bee.
don't even understand that. That's ridiculous. Now, I can understand if I went live and made some horrible racial comment.
But you've supported it. So you get to dictate how much you can run your mouth about somebody before it's okay for somebody to do a response. As you're sitting here, totally being a hypocrite and covering another live of mine after you broke the agreement.
But I didn't.
Yes, you did.
But because the witch thinks that that's a reason. Yeah, fuck you, Siwa.
F you, B. Why are you calling her a witch when you're a cartoon bee? From Snapchat filter, of course, that you supposedly own. Just saying.
You and your judgmental ass.
Can somebody please put a 1 in the chat for that? You and your judgmental ass. All you do is judge everybody, Jules. That is how you make your money. By giving your opinion and things. And now it's gotten, oh, she talks about me with everything. Do you guys not remember when she had that thing with the witch and the moon blinkers and me back when she was mocking Terry Lynn, all of us? Remember how she called Ann turkey teeth and made fun of Brooke, calling her a drunk and stuff like that? Do we not remember that? George, she got mad last night because she got busted, #1, about the Frankenstein thing. And then Amzie goes live, and I swear to God, I know I dropped IQ points listening to that one. Then you got mad over the water tower thing and basically handed the blame over to somebody else. And then Susie came in. And when somebody says, well, I won't talk about you if you don't talk about me, that's just a way to say, you know what? I got caught, but I'm not going to say that I'm sorry, but I just won't talk about you again, which we know never, ever happens, because if you're in there supporting it, just like she said, you're a co-signer, right? I'm just saying.
And it's so nice when you're gone. It is.
We would never know that with you. You always come back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, kind of these too. Like, I don't know. Yeah, everybody is done. And it's really funny because even Cheryl, and you know damn well I don't care for Cheryl.
Yes, we know you don't care for Cheryl. We know that. You cared for Cheryl until Cheryl left with Jane, her dot, the person that started all that. Oh, on my IG. Hey there, Care Bear. And who was the one saying that fucking Brenda and them enabled me and stuff like that? What are you talking about? Oh, she had to bring you up, Cheryl. She's running out of people. She's made deals with everybody else that she'll fake like them. So she's only got Cheryl, me, Siwa, everybody else she's made fake deals with that she hates. I don't understand how you people can fake hate this woman, because there's more numbers with people that are bullying. Every single person and some of their friends, she has affected y'all. And you guys, because you have hate for me and certain other people. God forbid anybody in your family have to deal with a woman like this and what she supported before we got to know her. Intergalactive, go away. Stop texting me, okay? You want to call and talk about it later, then I won't have to bring it up during my live. And just by the way, Jules is the one who talks shit on you. And she's talking about the filter thing. I realized I made a mistake and apologize. No, because she doesn't take accountability. She was pissed off and then had Amzi go on there, because Amzi's always the first one that gets cut out of there. That's how it always goes with her and Amzi, right? No, she didn't take accountability for it. She had Amzi make up some weak-ass lame thing saying that it wasn't said in a malicious way. Then why was it edited out? Not many people got to see that live because Jules was up all freaking night and a lot of people go to bed. That's when I said now she's just rolling with anything at this point. Why? Because I believe that she's manic. She said that she has mental health issues and she's a talking bee. I don't know why any of her friends, just like she says, y'all enable me, why aren't any of her friends telling her she should take a break? Because she doesn't listen. She doesn't. When she's done with you, she'll discard you and use you when you need to. And if you don't, she'll dox you. Many of people have said it. She don't care.
Really funny because even Cheryl, and you know damn well I don't care for Cheryl and all of that. You know damn well that she wouldn't stick up for Amzi or myself, and she technically did.
Why would she stick up for Amzi? Amzi has done nothing but talk horrible things about Jane and Cheryl. Amzi was talking horrible things about Jane and Cheryl when you were friends with Jane and Cheryl. But then you got mad at Jane because she said, prayers for the Middle East. Well, if you didn't spend all your time online and stalking people, you would probably know that probably something was going on with the Middle East. But what do I know? I'm just Benny Jen that hangs from a fly strip and wears Clint's clothes, which, by the way, are super comfortable.
She technically stuck up for us.
Exactly. They were good friends and you weren't. And when you couldn't deal with something that Jane said, you kicked her out. And being a good friend like Cheryl is, she went and followed, because that's what friends do. You should take notes about that.
But Gargamel,
who doesn't like me and likes the trivia? You see how she says his name all sing-song, or her? That's one of her Clooney's.
Gary Gargamel, about this time
for you to dance with your little itty bitty bee feet. How do you guys watch this and think that this is normal? Wait a minute. Does it now? Again, I'm just throwing it out there. She said Gary, right? Isn't there a Gary? A Gary? I'm just asking you guys. You remember she has a Gary account in there? That's just weird. I'm just asking. I bet you there's a lot of people in there, probably some people we actually know under sock accounts.
Exactly.
She got that hive wrapped in there really tight. Something you're not in certain areas, in my opinion. Just saying.
Let's say,
Please.
yeah, I have the soundboard up. He does this on purpose. Harlow said she checked the account. It's hit.
She doesn't like Harlow either. See?
Yeah, but do you believe Harlow? Harlow's not very bright.
Says who? You gonna talk about her being behind a filter when you're behind a B filter and you can't figure out anything to... Actually, isn't there a thing about Jules having to take genius pills? I don't know whether it's the hair dye or what you're blowing out in your cat's face, but I apologize for the disrespect in the past, Jen. I don't know who you are, but okay, thank you. And if you disrespected me, I'm quite sure I started it and I disrespected you even worse. I'm sure I did.
Harlow is not the brightest crayon in the box.
And neither are you.
And he's our...
Oh, and the KLP account, thank you very much. I got a screenshot of something that she said. KLP, I was very nice to you in the hive. I was very, very nice to you in the hive. And then you wanted that account deleted, what you had said. That's not okay. That's the kind of stuff that was done a year ago, and that's not okay. It is not fair. It is not. You guys need to concentrate on your own lives and not just fixate on one person. Hey, T-Pex. I think I do.
But he's saying shit. If you guys look at his community tab, he's talking shit again. Dudley, I just don't even understand. He needs help.
That's the least thing that he needs. But I do have some texts from him where he is talking about the fax machine stuff that only you would talk about. Actually, he had told me that he wanted you to hurt me. He said that. Now, again, you'll say, oh, well, whatever. But at one point in time, just like me and everybody else who messed up, you were fine with Dudley and the racist shit that he said. But you're not a racist, right? Because you were with a guy. Okay, got it.
Because that shit is not normal. The shit that Dudley says is not normal.
Do I need to say anything? You are not normal at all. You're not even relatively normal.
And he's got people such as Penelope and Kim that are wanting to get him arrested.
Jules, I have texts in my phone that I will be more than happy to give to George or somebody else where your name is explicitly mentioned. Dudley knew nothing about a damn fax machine. You know everything about a fax machine. You were fine with him. Yes, you were.
At a drop of a hat. So, yeah, exactly. Harlow is not the brightest crayon in the box.
And neither are you.
Sure.
And neither are you.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna look for something here. So, to change the subject a bit, today there was a live. Where is it? Where is it? Well,
do you guys hear how she tries to, where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it is. Just when she was starting on my live and she goes, where would it be? And then my music plays. You hear how she tries to act like she doesn't know what she's talking about? This is primo.
You do keep taking his channel away, Joe, and he keeps making new ones, and eventually they will get smart to it, and he won't have it anymore.
And that's what I hope at some point in time, Jules, because your channel is based on hating people, bullying people, doxing people. You cannot sit and talk about things that other people say when there's been equal, if not 10 times worse said on yours. I think it'll be a great day for everybody if you actually took a break. Even people you think you're okay with. They're not going to forget the stuff that you did to them and their family.
Hold on. Yeah, she called me the racist. She spelled it Ray and then cyst.
And you're a cartoon bee. Just saying.
She's so creative. Oh, boy, oh, here it is. Duh.
Duh.
Oh, hit the wrong button. Hold on a second.
Oh my God, she's such a dingbat.
No,
You're such a dingbat.
I couldn't see it before. So, he has a court date in April. Yeah, well, he's still in trouble for starting.
Ma'am, do you ever worry about your own stuff? We know for a fact you watch my stuff like a hawk. We know for a fact. Why do you care, Jules? Worry about yourself. You have gotten so bad that you can't even take your cat litter out. But you're talking about how I decorate my home. You can't even take your cat litter out. You can't even go out and do things at all. You are such a hypocrite. And you're going to call somebody a dingbat? Mm-hmm. Hey, Miss Evie, I love you. Happy Monday. Let's get one of those mock trials done. Just saying.
He is inciting shit.
Ma'am, that is all you do is incite stuff. I'm starting to think the person that was the problem in my life, maybe they were angry at me because I was doing some not so good things. But you, Jules, are the queen of inciting things. And then when people can't tolerate your bull crap and they want to go real life to get protection, that's when you start acting like I have no idea what's going on. You know exactly what's going on, Jules. You have had control issues since back when you dated that guy. Trying to make it look like you cared about your friend getting her involved in that stuff. And you're more concerned about what Jen Bailey and everybody else is doing. You cannot keep a friend for the life of you. When you are done with them and they don't self-serve your wallet or your life, you only make deals with people. Like I said, it's making deals with the devil. That's what I think. Very good reason why somebody gave you that nickname, in my opinion.
Saying stuff like that, you're inciting police involvement, and they've got better things to do with their time.
But see, when you make comments about Marley, or you make comments about other things, or you talk about somebody and what they have to do in their private life, but you're saying that you don't incite people? Yes, you do. When you got things in the mail and you didn't show proof, yeah, you know about the coloring books, but you didn't show proof about everything that came. So how do we know that you didn't incite one of your friends to fit your narrative to send you something? And isn't that weird? And I can't prove it. I can't prove it. But when I left that hive, isn't it weird that the pizza came to my house? But yet when I said something back to Jessica Chastain, thinking that she was at the police station to get help from, to get away from you, like most people do, that a pizza got sent to your house. Why do you forget things? You're the one that had something to do with the pizza thing. You're the one that started all this shit, Jules. It was you. You know everything about me. Everybody can say that. Even people that hate me, your whole channel.
It's the boy that cried wolf. You can't do that. But anyway,
why are people not allowed to do that? Didn't you do a live where about the January 9th thing, but then you got mad at me for making a phone call trying to check on you? Didn't you get mad about that? But then you said we don't live in the past, and people like us put videos up, but that's all your whole videos are about. It's the past, right? No, she's not an instigator. She's an inciter. She goes right below that line that if she gets in trouble about something, that's when she'll tell on other people. You are an insider. You're the one that fed about the tower thing. He's the one who said it. And then you had Susie come in and say, oh man, that wasn't cool. He's the one who said it, but Jules didn't say it. Go look at George's community tab. And when somebody made a point of nitpicking about the liar thing, see how many people like that. Hey, Sheila. How you doing, sweetheart?
Of that. Folks.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Oh,
Did anybody watch this today? Did anybody?
Okay, so I think actually are you done with me? You'll probably bring my name up. You'll probably bring my name up another 500 times, which I should count that as a blessing. She's on to somebody else because that's who you are, Jules. Oh, so she said January 9th was nothing. I never talked about your mom. In fact, I told people not to talk about your mom. You were online the night of whatever happened, but you want to chastise and make money off of alluding things about my mother. I'm going to have a breadstick too, Jules. Is it okay? I would show it, but then you'll have to nitpick down to what the name and address is to give you more of an excuse. The point is you showed my home. The point is that you talk about everybody else. And I guess people are so blinded by the hate because of people that they don't like, that instead of them standing up and doing things that George is doing, you guys want to go agree with the numbers. That's what I think. I think half of you guys don't even like Jules, but you realize that if you try to leave or something like that, then you'll have the same things happen to me and George and select other people. And that's disgusting. It is. And that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion, just like I'm allowed to go live and talk about things when I'm not really doing anything wrong. You guys want to report back to a freaking bee who you guys just said a month ago I was a freaking rock star for striking her, but you guys want to be ignorant and not listen to what she's saying. She threw me under the bus. She'll throw you all under the bus. And half of you that are in there, just remember when I was modding for her, and I will give you guys this, you guys didn't attack me the way that Jules attacks me now for leaving her. You guys, I'm just saying, we've all been doxxed. And if you guys think she ain't got information on you guys already, this is a woman who has nothing to do with her life. Talks about her being a cat advocate, but she doesn't do anything like that. Stop talking about other people, Jules. And my opinion that I can give you is, since you want to question what I do on my time, let me question what you do. If you're getting help, are you telling them that you're a cartoon bee who goes after people and makes comments about deceased people and stuff like that? Do you do that? I don't think you do, because that would have to admit in you saying, hey, I need help. I mess up just like everybody else does, but you can't even take accountability if you wipe your ass the wrong way, in my opinion. And it's sad that you have to control people with fear to keep them around because you are greedy and you are rotten and you're mean. And I want people to understand, and she's going to talk about co-signers. Please keep in mind when you guys didn't like her, what you guys called her, which is what she said about Amber. So if you guys are able to have more hate in your heart than support somebody whose ex did horrible, rotten shit and was on the news, then I feel very bad for you to have to go after somebody that she thinks is weak. Leave people alone, Jules, and then people would leave you alone. If you tell somebody that they need to be iced out or offline, then maybe you need to be iced out online. If you don't want people to do strikes and they're a PAB for doing it, then you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying. She is a sociopath, but she's a narcissist. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and close in prayer because I want to eat. Plus, you know, Clit's got a few clothes on that I want to wear. And, you know, Jules, you're just jealous. Even when I didn't have anything, you were jealous. And people, I hope, just start looking beyond your bullshit. What you did to me and Clint and showing the inside and nitpicking was just as bad as what you guys did to us before. Exactly. Thank you. I will. Father God, thank you for our day. Thank you for everything in our day. Please forgive us for the sins that we've committed. Thank you to everybody that came in, even the people that hate watched. And all I ask, Father, is for all of us to live productive lives, even people that we don't like and things like that. Father, please get to the core of everything that is going on and protect all of us that have dealt with that negativity. And Father God, thank you for everything. In our heavenly precious name we pray. Amen. At least I believe in God. And your intro says you'll laugh as we burn in hell. That's who you are. Allegedly, or in my opinion. All said between a level 1 and a 2. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.